and have a great evening. First of all, I would like to remind you that the website is continuously updating. You are watching the MOC channel, MOC Insight, and you are located at the MOC website. So, what MOC stands for? It is the Marine Optimization Consultancy. Basically, this is the scope. But if you would like to read more, you can go to the home page and then you can see all the mission of the company. The company mission is to drive continuous improvement. And as you can see, and as you have already understand that it is in every project I am doing, it is in every video. So from the beginning till the end, from all the material that I'm sharing here through these years, through these decades, it is talking about the continuous improvement. Operational efficiency, leveraging minimal investments. So that is really critical for the business to have the minimum investments in order to generate additional marginal gains. So how we're able to achieve that? You have seen that when you have clear strategy and clear steps, clear movements of how to get that additional margins by removing and identifying, first of all, we need to identify these gaps, removing the bottlenecks, simplify the processes, and ensure a clear and streamlined approach to the operations. This strategy and this methodology enhance the productivity. So people are happy to work in this environment. It is more optimized, it is more resourceful utilization, and this for sure creates a much sustainable environment for growth. For I can say even in the short term, in the middle term, and also in the long term. So covering all the phase. Because as we know, there is no such a thing that we can create rapidly value. We need some time frame, and we need a specific time frame for a specific project as well. Yes, some projects can go much quicker than others. We can also separate them in the three different ranges as well. But this also depends the scope of the project and how the project is big enough. The most important is about that the company is focused for the customers, the customer needs, and that's why it's really important that the customers are reaching me in order to see what they are facing. Because as I have also recently posted in my LinkedIn channel, that the problems that has not been identified or has not been spoke is like the problem does not exist. So basically, we are not doing nothing about to solve it. The next thing is the safety culture, and the safety culture persists from the beginning till the end, through all the levels, because the safety is the core where everything starts. First of all, you have to feel safe in order to perform, that the environment is safe. I have not seen any system or anything can grow on the environment that is not feel safe or safety. So this is really a base and fundamental thing to feel about. And the next thing for sure is the business opportunities, the exploration of the business opportunities. First of all, I can create business opportunities looking from the existing gaps and, let's say, bottlenecks that already existed. And the business would like to remove them, but do not have the expertise or the technical knowledge that needs to be provided in order to resolve it. And at least look at it from a different perspective and different approach. So business opportunities also can arise through the propositions, through the business proposals and yes, requirements. It can arise also through the inspections as well that I'm able to conduct to see where we can improve, how the manufacturing is working or how the shipbuilding is working. Some small tiny changes can do a huge improvements, even some small tiny changes. Yes, then we have the map which is available here, and also we have the visitors, which is really important to see from which countries we have the most visits, and I'm able at least to run some small metrics around the visit of the website. Okay, not too much complex, a small overview. The services that the website is provided is the services that makes the difference. First of all, I would like to inform you that I have completed the full crudo washing masterclass course, which is available on the book and also available on the YouTube channel. Through that course, you are able to build that the industry requires. And it has been missed for many years, for many decades, that it will be so much easier accessible. So you can combine this book and the video course which is available. It is around 7 hours from the beginning till the end, covering a huge variety of different situations, the product itself, so you will know the crude exactly how it needs to be identified in order to have the best performance and the less losses. And after that, the certification, which will be signed by me and will be sent to your address for free. Okay, this also covers in the course itself. So there will be questions which will be answered in the close Telegram chat individually, and then also we will have this chat available for those who will purchase the course. So there will be discussions ongoing and ongoing. There will be problems also arise and all the things. So I will engage also. Somebody else also will engage as well to build a much better and much strong community. So everything is there. And for the tankers, yes, the crude washing is a must. This will create a much more flexible fleet. This will create a fleet which will be a higher performing fleet, and it is much more desirable from the view of loss control to prefer a fleet which is high performing. Less time on the port, much efficient discharge, much safe discharge, and with biggest results. Another thing that I have created also, it is extensive simulations of real scenarios, maritime scenarios, with 2 different simulations running and also presenting technical things and also different kind of situations that can arise through your machinery. These real scenarios also has been combined with the most complete advanced training course about the boilers, also provided in the same offer. The next is the consultancy advisory, which is coaching and mentorship. Also some questions can be raised during the booking call. And also the projects which are upcoming and coming soon is the bunkering optimization project, the sludge and bilge optimization project, and the last thing is how to create great crews, how great crews are built. To build the most advanced teams, it can cover manufacturing, it can extend, let's say, to maritime as well. For sure, it is the core, it's been designed for maritime, but it can be applied in any field where there is teams, it can go to construction, it can go, let's say, for airspace as well, where the teams are there build it. It can go also to the platforms, to the oil and gas as well. That is for sure a great material, and it will change completely the view how you see the building, the teams itself. Okay, but the whole video was not about all that presentation. Okay, this is just to showcase you all the things that has been done, and also the things that has been progressed through the time, and also the future development. But also very important thing that I have today touch, and I have meet a very important thing. So we have told that 80% of all the accidents is related to human error. That metric itself shows a really crucial and important factor, which is the human factor. That factor also shows, yes, the human is making a lot of mistakes. The mistakes can happen also due to tiredness, because as human, yes, we can be tired. We can be also mismatch something or miscalculating something. That is human for sure, and it does not make us, let's say, um, vulnerable, because we can realize about our mistakes. So basically, we can do the mistake, and then we can understand, okay, we have done that mistake, but what we need to do in order to prevent these mistakes happen. This is the next step that we can take. And also we can think that some mistakes does not cost also that much. Okay, so we can categorize them on the severity of the mistake. So if I forget, let's say, my pen, is it, let's say, critical or something else? No, it's not. If I forget to connect a cable, let's say, for example, for a device or something which is really important, let's say that cable, and it has a function, and it holds the life, let's say, of 10 people, yes, it is severe. Then the things can change. So also how we look to that, what barriers we implement in order to prevent them happen, this also it's a thing that has to be discussed, because just saying 80% itself, it does not says that the human interaction is so much bad and so much inefficient. What it shows also, it shows that how much important the human factor is in order to take a decision or to change a parameter or setting on a system. So due to the human design and interaction with the system, that makes him also a critical component of the entire system. That's why during our design and during our approach for, let's say, the teams, the projects, and all the things, we need to understand the nature of the human being, and then implement proper management of the people. With this proper management and a proper design of how the things are functioning, because we know the nature of the human, we are able to prevent all the rest within the chain. So if you have a person which is doing a duty during, let's say, the nighttime, and you have give him a lot of job during the day, a lot of different functions, so during the night he will not be concentrated that much at his normal, let's say, navigating job, or checking something. So first of all, we need to understand the nature of the human, and then we need to design all the systems that has been a combination during the workday, or during, let's say, some activities or operations. And not just understanding itself, but also following the proper schedules, as it is, let's say, the resting hours as well. So the resting hours itself, it has been calculated that in that time frame as well, the people will able to perform this and this, because after these hours, it has been seen and also proved, people are not able to function. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, that if you exceed your working hours, it is really dangerous. And also, maybe you can think, let's say, okay, I will keep my strength, I will keep my, let's say, additional hour or 2 hours. But it does not make any sense, because physiologically you have completed your cycle. Okay, it does not make any sense to stay more. That's why in every project that I design, and I see also uh, for a lot of period of time, by identify all that gaps, how this gap, how this bottleneck will affect the system, and what if we remove, what if we add something additional, some parameters, how this will affect later on, and what the outcome will be. This also way of approach and the methodology was not developed overnight. So it is from real experience, real world experience, how the things are working, tested also, seen and been in every step. So the verification process as well, it takes time. It's not that the decision comes within, let's say, 1 or 2 days. It can take weeks, even it can take months. Okay, so we have to follow the steps, of uh, identifying the project itself, how it is at the moment that it is performing, let's say now, and how it will be after the implementation or in these changes. So there is a lot of things, a lot of parameters, but we have also the starting point. We have the starting point, which can be, let's say, with a lot of gaps. Maybe there is less gaps. Maybe there is more than we think about. But at least we have a starting point. And also this thing that I aim to improve in your knowledge as well, through all the materials that I provide here, that you do not need to know everything. Okay, somehow, yes, the data will be filled, maybe not by me, maybe not by you, but somewhere else will interact and we fill that gap from the knowledge, also maybe from the search, and then the refinement as well. So that's why it's really important, the continuous improvement cycle. But at least we have a creative system which is operational, which is functional, and which is also creating value, high value products with less required time and effort. And this is also, yes, have seen through the material around the channel itself, through the projects. So basically, the instructions for, let's say, being successful of what you're doing is to feel safe of the things that you are performing, and then basically you do not care. You just sit on your chair and you receive the information as it comes to you, you process it, and then you are able to take actions. Most of the systems and most of the projects, it is already processed, so it will be given to you already refined and modified as well. The only thing is the easiest part, which is implementation, and for sure the people that we are working, they're also professionals. They are know and they will feel that additional information, or provide some information when it's required for the projects, I mean, or any other things required. So I'm really happy as how the things are progressing. I can say that the development is great, and what I have in mind also, that this huge reduction will have later on a chain reaction on the companies itself, and they will be more likely to implement these things, because first of all, they are really a tiny fraction of the investments that are required. This is the goal, that the owners does not have to spend a lot. It is a really a great value that they will spend, they invest, but it has directly a huge impact. The thing also that is really important to say, that all the things, and since I start to make these last projects, since I remember what we face and how we are able to improve them, so basically, yes, this is the way how we will move forward, because you know the issue, you know how to avoid it, and basically this is the value that you are adding to the industry. Because it does not make sense pumping, let's say, 10,000 cubes of water, yes, 10,000 cubes of water with one pump, which is, let's say, 1 kilowatt. Why we just not place a pump which is 500 kilowatts, let's say, for example, and just pump it much quicker? Okay, so this is a simple example. Or if we have a wiper, let's say a small wiper, and we scratch, let's say, some water, why we just not take a bigger wiper and swipe once, and all that water will be transferred much easier and much faster, let's say, with less effort. So this is a small example how the optimization are working. So it's just simplified version of the optimization itself. And the history, how the things are started, the name also, yes, MOC was founded by myself, and you can see that I'm a seasoned expert in the shipping industry who identify a critical gap in the market. Despite the vast sector's potential, many companies are struggle with an efficient internal process. Excessive documentation, lack of professionals who truly understand both commercial and operational dynamics. These challenges lead to stagnation, unclear goals, and limited accountability. So all that barriers has been faced also from the huge companies, and I believe the huge companies they have much more problems than the smaller ones, because the smaller ones, they have a smaller framework, much easier to handle, less information to handle, less files to handle, so they know directly what to do and how to approach. It does not require also to get any kind of approval to start the project or not to start. In a huge company, you're going around the departments and you're asking, okay, can I start? Can I start this? Can I start that? Can I do that? Will I have the funds? Will I have to connect there? So you have a lot of different breaks points. It can take even years to make some even small changes. And even after that years, things can change. People can move to another location on another department, and all the projects that you have done has been forgotten. But the most important thing is, okay, the project has been forgotten, but there was people there, which let's say the company paid a lot of money in order to implement that research or some funding or some that, and at the end it's nothing. So basically 10 to 20 years totally, if you calculate from the huge organization. If you just take, okay, let's say for example one organization which has 10,000 people. I will show you just some numbers for the optimization, and let's say one of these person have missed, let's say, 1 year of project which he was working in the time frame, let's say, of 5 or 8 years that the person was working there. Okay, it is 10,000 years if each of one person has really implemented that let's say specific project or something. It is 10,000 years. Just imagine. So 1 year maybe seems nothing, but collectively it is a huge loss. It is a huge loss of the project which was never started, or it is huge loss the project that was never completed, but there is already resources and assets being let's say sold or has been invested to that resources. So you have, let's say, invested maybe 10,000 years, 5,000 years, let's say, on that, and you have spent 10,000 years without implementing that things. So it depends how you look to things, how you realize the things. Each mind understands this differently, and the perception or itself of the loss. But I can say that through last my last role, I have understand really the dynamics and how the dynamics work in organizations. What is the real way to optimize things, and how the optimization really works, looking both from the operational and also from the commercial side as well. And by eliminating these inefficiencies, optimizing marginal gains, reducing operational costs, this innovative approach enables businesses to enhance productivity, relocate resources towards strategic growth. And why I'm saying innovative, the reason why I'm saying innovative, because first of all, it is the power that has been put in this direction, in this sector, which has not been done by many. And when the things has not been done by many, this shows an innovative approach to the things. Another thing which is really important to say, with a deep understanding of industry's complexities, maritime optimization consultancy provides the expertise to companies that needs to stay competitive and thrive in the evolving market. So the market itself, it's always and always evolving, and this is the way how we need to see the market through the evolution. Because the things, when it start to change, then this is where we have stagnation, and we have to move on. We have to move on in order to progress, to create value, to create that difference. Because if everything is stable, like let's say in the battery, there is no flow, there is no cash flow, there's no products flow. So this is the reason why we need to create the flow, the differential potential, and this will create additional opportunities and additional market flexibility, because the flexibility itself give you additional advantage. So through the competition that the market creates, and you have to provide. When you have all these things implemented properly, you'll be unbeatable. And I'm 100% sure, I can say 1000% sure, that all these things will work because they are technically checked by expertise, and I'm 100% sure that they will be successfully implemented. My also winning on that, despite, let's say, the financial itself, it's also the finalizing of the project and knowing that the project is successful. That gives me an additional energy to move forward and create much more innovative projects. So this is the driving force that it drives me, and this is the driving force that I would like to receive in order to progress through the industry. And that makes me really happy. Thank you for staying that long, and we will meet together in the next video. Bye bye.